Welcome back. I used a random name generator to make the best possible 2K team. This video is 100% inspiration of King of the Fourth Quarter. Kenny, he's the GOAT for all this stuff. But I thought this would be a cool thing to try myself. So we're gonna do it. And basically, how it works is it's gonna generate five random names here. Um, and we get to pick from these names in a certain, NBA player. Like, although these are some pretty bad names, but excuse me. But if there was a Michael Gomez here, we would be able to take Michael Jordan or something like that. If there was a uh, Chris Norton, we could take Chris Paul or some, you can use it for the first or last name. It's not like I don't have to use the first name for the first name, last name for the last name. This is just going to generate a bunch of random names, and we are going to do it 15 times, get a 15 player roster, and see how good that team does in a singular season for 2K. So this is a test run. This is not what we're going to do the first thing for, but generate names. So Winston Myers. If you watch my KBA series, you know Winston Garland. I don't know. I mean, he's in the game. I don't know how easy it would be to find him. And this is all time. This isn't just current players. Don Bentley. Don, I think of like Don Nelson. I think of Donovan Mitchell. You can stretch it a little bit. Donovan nicknames work, but if I go down here, I see Larry. And I think the best person we can get is Larry Bird. I realized I need to have a name to write down these names. Sorry for all the ads. This is just a random website I found. So Larry Bird is our first player. Gonzalo Farrell. I cannot imagine anybody with that. Cordell Cuevas, Weston Fitzgerald, Orlando Benton. Oh, the best thing I think Orlando is Orlando Robinson. And then Huey. I don't even know how to say that. I honestly don't know if you can make a name out of this other than Orlando Robinson. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So yeah, Orlando Robinson is our second player. Um, all right. Next, Jimmy Bender. So Jimmy Butler. Sure, it's not spelled the right way, but that is Jimmy. Joseph Dylan. Dylan. I don't know if there's honestly a Dylan. Mickey Sellers, Carmelo Ryan, and we're not even going to use that. Carmelo. Pretty much, do we want Jimmy Butler or do we want Carmelo? I know my answer, and it is Carmelo Anthony. So that's who we're going with. That is our third player. Ezekiel Walsh. So we got Jordan Walsh, Arlie Dennis. So like Dennis Rodman would be interesting. Dennis like Smith Jr. Dennis. There's probably more. Gaston Savage, Adam Aguilar. I don't know if there's an Adam Morrison. I don't want Adam Morrison. And then Hunter Wong. I think we're going Rodman um, for our fourth player. Benny Chase. Is there a Ben? I think of like Ben Gordon. I think of. I don't know if Ben Gordon's in 2K though. Irwin. Too bad that's not Irvin. Irwin Schmidt. Calvin Callahan. Kendrick. Kendrick Perkins. And Basil Pace. Is there another Kendrick other than Kendrick Perkins, like Kendrick Nunn? But I doubt he's in the game. I'm gonna put Ben Gordon. If he's not in the game, then we will go Perk. And I very well could be forgetting someone, but that's the point of doing this on the fly. Like sure, there could be a Kendrick I'm forgetting, but okay, Levi Kelly. So there's Kelly Oubre, Kelly Olynyk, Irvin McKenzie. Okay. Let's check Herbert Rush, Furman Mullen, like Chris Mullen, Ryan Barton, Irvin. I mean, we could go Kyrie Irvin, we could go Irvin Magic Johnson, and I think you know which way I'm gonna go. We're going Magic Johnson. Irvin is his real name, of course. So that is our sixth name. Dick Roth. I mean, like Dick Barnett, the best jump shot ever. Tyron Winters, Fabian Rubio, Lindsey Moyer, Michael Malone. I would have, is that, I mean, I have it set to male name, so it's not Michelle. That's got to be Michael. So we could go Carmelo, we could go Moses. No, we're going MJ. This is going a lot better than I thought. Michael Jordan. Thank gosh for the common names. Orville Nolan, Brett Morrison. I mean, Adam Morrison again. Courtney Garza, like Courtney Lee, Cesar Steele, or Hilario Lowry. I would assume lower. I would assume that's Lowry. I mean, Adam Morrison or Lowry. I guess we go Kyle Lowry. Again, all these players aren't going to play because we're doing this for a 15-man roster. But sure. Next, Ed Delgado. I don't know if there's an Ed. Roland I'm not gonna even try to butcher that. Roland. I mean, I don't think so. Wilbur Nicholson. Marlon Savage is here again, and Renato Shields. Ed, there's gotta be an Ed, right? And if I can't think of a name, then we just get a 60 overall player. And that might be what happens here. I mean, when I think of Roland, I think of Ronaldo or Rolando Blackman from the Mavericks. That might be pushing it though, because that's Roland, not Rolando. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm saying his Ronaldo's name right. Ed. There's definitely an Ed I just can't think of, but so, we'll just go with a 60 overall. It's our first one. We got a couple that we could spare. Okay, Marlon Vasquez. Alden Wong again. Oscar Welch. Randall Walsh and Dong Brandt. We might just need to go Jordan Walsh. Vasquez. I feel like there's definitely a Vasquez that I don't know. I don't know if there is. I'm gonna take, I guess, Jordan Walsh. But I want to see if there is a NBA player with the last name of Vasquez or not. All right, so I looked up Vasquez. There, Grievous Vasquez and Fran Vasquez. I don't think any of them are in the game. I only know who Grievous is, anyways. But then I looked up Ed Davis, Eddie Jones, Eddie House, Eddie Curry. I wouldn't. It's also saying like Anthony Edwards and Zach Edey, but I wouldn't have gone that far, anyways. But there were definitely ones there, but. All right, so we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are at 10. We only have 5 more. Luigi Escobar. Okay, I don't know how you say that. Howard. So Dwight Howard, Drew, Leon, Forrest Flowers, and Bob Brown. Bob Brown. I mean, they're Brown like Jalen Brown. But I'm looking at our team, and we do not have any centers. We have Dennis Rodman and maybe Kendrick Perkins if Ben Gordon's not here. So I think it makes sense to go Dwight more than like a JB. All right. So Rashad Spencer, Graham, like Devontae Graham. Rashad Lewis. Okay. Arthur Ayers. There's definitely an NBA player with that last name, but I don't know much about him, and I don't think he was like an all-time guy. Brenton Doherty. Okay, and then Hubert Burns. So we either go Rashard Lewis or we go Brad Doherty. And honestly, I think we go Brad Doherty because we need big men play. And wings, it's easy enough to switch a couple positions. It's harder to do that for centers. So Jared Garcia, Eddie. Okay, so Eddie's here. I'm not gonna use Eddie because I just looked up Ed and I got that. So I'm not using Eddie. I'm not using Eddie. Greg, that's a weird way to spell Greg. Greg Austin, Todd Maxwell, so like Vernon Maxwell, Cedric Maxwell, Bernard King. I don't again I'm not using Eddie. So let's go Bernard King, and that is 13. So got two more. Let's make it the most out of it. So Devon, I don't know. Ferguson, Terrence Ferguson, Alfonso Craig, Torrey Craig, Aubrey Callahan again. Aubrey, we can't get Drake, but DeAndre Dyer and Christopher. Okay. So DeAndre and Christopher. So like Chris Middleton. Chris, Chris Paul, DeAndre. There's like DeAndre Jordan. There's probably more. There's not a ton of DeAndre Hunter. I said DeAndre Jordan. I mean, Christopher. Be mad if you want. I'm taking CP3. Christopher, whatever you're saying. And then our last name, make it a good one. Let's maybe aim for a 4. Hank Stevens. Stevens. Not really. I mean, there's Steffens, but that's not what that is. Gerald Henderson. Okay. Calderon. Sure. Brenton Blanchard. I don't think so. Whitney Bender and Reyes Newton. I think we're going Gerald. Ooh. Gerald Wallace or Gerald Henderson. Probably gonna go Gerald. Probably gonna go Henderson. And then that makes up our team. I am going to make a roster for this, put it in 2K, and then we will see how elite this team is. And see if we can get the best record possible. All right, I am back with our roster. We did a pretty good job, I will say, especially up at the top. I mean, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Chris Paul, Magic, Dwight, Carmelo, Dennis Rodman, Brad Daugherty, Bernard King, Kyle Lowry. I know I probably said Gerald Henderson in the video, but I know I was debating between the two. Gerald Henderson's on the game. I gave myself Gerald Wallace. I can't imagine there would have been two, like he's probably not going to play, if I'm being honest. Kendrick Perkins, I could not find Ben Gordon, which I assumed. So we got Big Perk back in Boston. And then Orlando Robinson's here. Jordan Walsh is here. And here's our, round that we couldn't. Our 60 overall player. He's not going to play. He's a 40 overall. 5'4". Can't do anything. 115 pounds. And you're gonna say, "Yep, we're the Celtics." When I do these videos, I'm gonna put them on the Celtics. You ask what happened to the Celtics players? Um, they Tatum, Brown, they're just in free agency. Someone can pick them up if they want. All of them are here. Every single player except Jordan Walsh is here. So yeah, we are going to, or well, I guess we should see how they have our lineup being ran as. So they want Magic to come off the bench. I'm not saying that. I probably would start Larry with Larry and Carmelo. Just so we have our best lineup possible out there. So let's do that. Let's make sure that they don't start Chris Paul on us. And then we got Magic, Jordan, Carmelo, Larry Bird, Dwight Howard. Off the bench, we got Chris Paul, Dennis Rodman, Brad Daugherty, Bernard King. We don't really need these Kyle Lowry minutes, if I'm being honest. So let's go to 9. Yeah, let's get to simulating. I don't know why they're putting all these guys down here, but they are. And yeah, we're gonna see how good they. We're a little bit into the season. I do want to say, if nothing else, we won the NBA Cup. We do not win MVP. Jokic averages a 27-point triple-double and wins MVP, even though we were the best team in the league. We did not go perfect. I assume you would probably figure that out. But we were pretty good. Chris Paul, 6th man of the year off the bench, 15 and 9. That's really the only award we're about to get other than coach of the year. We weren't even the best team of all time, 72 and 10. We weren't even the best team of all time. That Warriors team somehow is better. And we don't even get executive of the year after acquiring all those players. No all NBA first team players. We were 72 wins and we don't get a single all NBA first team player. We don't get a single all NBA second player. We get one all NBA third player, and it's Michael Jordan, who averaged 23, 4, and 8. Shot pretty well from 3, 44%. Who says Mike can't shoot from 3? We can at least get some defensive teams. We'll look at player stats as a whole for sure. But wow. So we were the 1 seed, obviously. Let's look at our player stats. So Mike did lead us in scoring. Larry was 2nd, then Magic, all the way down to here. Kyle Lowry and Gerald Wallace never played a second basketball. Rodman, 8 rebounds per 36, about 13. Okay. Who led us in rebounds? It was Dwight, then Dennis Rodman, only playing 22 minutes. Magic and CP did their thing. So did Mike and Larry. And then the huge jump off and assists. Steals all Mike and Chris Paul. And then blocks is all Dwight Howard's. Let's look at some team stats. So we had the best offense, great. We had not the best defense because San Antonio and Victor Wembanyama wanted to take things from us. Point differential by far. We only made 3.9 threes, which I would assume it's the low by a mile. That's crazy. But hey, we shot 40%, which is a league high, but we shot not even 10 attempts a game. That's crazy. This team did not adjust with the time. We're playing Philly. We better win. Okay, if we handle them in 5. Cleveland. Whoa. Okay. They won game 1. Game 2 is us. Game 3 is them. Game 4. Come on, you got to win game 5. There you go. Game 6. And we go against Julius Randle, who averaged 29 and 7 in the Western Conference Finals. Wow. And then Magic, who averaged 13, 6, and 12. I mean, if you ask me, I think we match up just fine. We should be able. The fact that the Knicks and the Cavs scared us as much as they did, there we go. Michael Jordan wins Finals MVP. Here are his numbers: 23, 5, and 5, and yeah, 72 win team. Again, shout out to Kenny. This is who I got this from. I will link his original video below. Make sure you check his out. He's the GOAT at all this stuff, but. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more.